Good evening, my friend. Welcome. Welcome to this. I would like, if I could, to spend some time discussing with you the attempt at what appears to be justice, but it is indeed farcical. But I want to explain to you, if I could, very specifically, the actual goings on of this eve involving Mr. Hunter Biden. And what must you know? What happened? What is the special counsel? What is the significance of it? Should I care? Does it matter? What's the point? Good questions indeed. We'll be going through it thoroughly and for your edification and the like. But first I ask, as I always do, for you to, if you could and you would, please brighten my northern sky, as a great Nick Drake would intone. Please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. Please hit that little bell so you're notified of new videos and new streams and the like. And don't forget our wonderful, marvelous, fantastic sponsor, our good friends at mypillow.com. Promo code Lionel, you get a free gift. No purchase necessary. Can't beat that. Now let me start off with something. Today, it was announced that U.S. Attorney David Weiss for Delaware is the special counsel. And right off the bat, he is improperly appointed, ineligible, pursuant to statute. And it's at best, as some would say, farcical, magical, mythical. It's a waste of time. Merrick Garland's appointment of the Biden administration Justice Department's Delaware U.S. Attorney David Weiss as a special counsel strains whatever is left of credulity. It's farcical, it's comical, it's comedic, it's a joke. It doesn't mean anything. First, as I said, Mr. Weiss, according to the statute, is not permitted. It's not eligible to be special counsel under the regulations. And the reason is that you have to be outside the government. Now, the AG Garland has all the authority that he needs to assign Mr. Weiss to the case. In fact, he has been assigned. But under the regulations that Garland claims to be applying or utilizing, namely the special counsel statute, what makes a special counsel indeed special and different is that he or she or the person appointed is a lawyer from outside the government. Not just outside the Department of Justice, but outside the government, outside. It's section 600.3 of the regulations, and it states without ambiguity. In fact, it's right here. If you look, you can play along at home. Maybe, maybe not. Well, anyway, doesn't matter. Under 600.3, it states the special counsel shall be selected from outside the United States government. Does that make sense? And the point of all of this, perhaps, I guess, is to bring in a careful and a most fact-oriented, specific, one would say a scrupulous proponent of the law, a prosecutor, somebody who perhaps maybe is a former prosecutor, somebody who's had some experience, but who does not work for the administration. That's the whole purpose. But here, there's this obvious nexus between the president and the investigation that creates a conflict of interest. So what is the point of this? This is a joke. It is a joke right off the bat. So before anybody says anything, before we talk about it, before you ask questions, he can't be in Delaware, the Delaware U.S. attorney. Listen, let me tell you what else they're going to do. And this is probably the biggest reason for all this. They are going to claim at some point later on, they're going to claim that the House, which is doing a concomitant investigation, the House, which is going through its own thing, they're going to claim that the House either has to back off, step back, lay off, because it is violating something that this particular court has, or that this special counsel is able to investigate. So what they're going to say is they're going to be able to say, whoa, sorry, we can't assist. You can't go there. We have an ongoing investigation. He's just going to gum up the works, and it's a complete and total joke. So there you go. You can't pick him as a special counsel. He's got to be outside the government. That's it. It's as simple as that. And you ask yourself, did he not know this? Does Merrick Garland not know this? I think Merrick Garland knows this. Does he not? Is he not aware of this? I think he's aware of this. Does he? I think so. Yes. I think he's absolutely aware of this. I think he is aware of this. I think it all makes sense. And let me see. Let me check. Very good. And this is the most important thing in the world. You are going to be set up yet again for the ultimate disappointment yet again. Now, they still can get him, and we can guess all we want. We can do a lot of stuff. So let me just tell you what that is. Now, this morning, we talked about, it was very interesting, and people are still fascinated by the Maui fires. And for reasons I shan't understand, the number of you who believe in directed energy weapons is nothing short of fascinating. Where does this come from? I don't know. Where is it? I don't know. Why would you believe that? It's not just arson, which is a different story, but a particular source of this. How many of you find people believe that the Maui fires in Lahaina were caused by directed energy weapons? How can you look at a fire or the result of it and say, that was caused by conventional arson, that was caused by directed energy weapons? And would they be in space borne, or would they be on portable platforms? How many believe this? Someone says it is a proven system. Yes, it is a proven system, but that does not mean it was used here. Gasoline is a proven system, but there's no proof of that as well. You are missing the difference between it being in existence and it being used. Do you see this? How do you know this? How do you know? How? Pictures and infrared radar. Do you have pictures and infrared radar? No. Where is this coming from? How can you say this? It could be. It very well could be. But you want so much for this. You love this idea somehow of maybe a satellite floating about, sending in a beam starting this by a beam, not just regular arson, not just, gas or whatever it is, but in your romantic desire. It is fascinating. But what I do know, and what people are saying is, this is like nothing anybody's ever seen. Cars are like blowing up. I mean, this is wild. This is so important. Again, someone writes, the technology to do that does exist. Nobody is saying it doesn't exist. Nobody is saying directed energy. Just Google it. Hell, Wikipedia admits it. Do you understand how there is this sense of illogic and no logical connection? Nobody's suggesting that the technology doesn't exist. You're saying that technology was used, not does it exist. Do you see the disconnect? Do you see why we, for so long, have so many people who have allowed the most spurious and specious and disconnected ideas, which always cause us to look like lunatics? Because there's no connection. There's no logical nexus between something that does exist and something that was used. What is the matter with you people? What is the matter? Nobody is suggesting. Where is the evidence of this? Why would you pick directed energy weapons? What would lead you to that? When you hear hoof prints behind you, hoof steps, hoof beats, don't think zebra. Where does this come from? Fascinating. Fascinating. I am in love with it. There is this desire. There's always, and when people say, do you think there's weather manipulation? Yes. What is it? And they'll say HARP, DARPA. Why do you say that? It just because it exists. Well, it did exist. I don't know if it exists now. Because I love this world. I love Judy Wood and directed energy, and I want to believe these things. Could be, but I hear zebras. I hear a unicorn behind me. I go to things because I love the mystical, magical, James Bondish. I love evil with death rays and NSA and space and certain things. So I don't like aliens. I don't care about that, but I love this. I don't like Sasquatch. I don't like that, but I love this. And whenever something happens, I always say it's a distraction. And whenever something happens, I have a kit that I refer to. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Oh my God, it's so wonderful. And instead of looking at this, you're looking at pictures online, and you're able, by virtue of a genius and a technology and a knowledge, a specialized knowledge, you're able to look at this and say, that's directed energy weapon. I can tell. How do you know that? I just know. You lay tile. It doesn't matter. I just know these things. There were people who told me, they honestly believe, they told me that children were being brought in tunnels during COVID. Remember that? Where did this come from? And you would send me a video of this crackpot woman who told me, there's children. Where did this come from? I don't know. But she said it. Here it is. There are people who told me that they believe that during the course of COVID, there were children being sent in armoires in furniture. Children sent. You can buy children in furniture that costs $15,000 for this thing in a catalog, and you can buy them. Incredible. Why? Because that's such a deliciously interesting. It has nothing to do with reality. It's crazy, but it sounds good. You love that. It's who you are. I understand it. It's who you are. I was watching something the other night. Wonderful, wonderful documentaries on 9/11. And I thought of you thinking, oh God, I'm not going to bring that up again. Oh God, I went through that. Oh my God. When on the 5th anniversary of 9/11, I was downstairs, downtown, downstairs. And I saw a group of people who told me that the planes themselves were holograms. Holograms. No planes existed. Holograms. And they had big signs. And if I thought to myself, if they didn't say that, I'll bet you somebody could have maybe thought about maybe perhaps putting them up to say that. Holograms. Holograms. Do you hear what we're saying here? Holograms. There was another story that said that there was a nuclear detonation bomb underneath, a nuclear bomb underneath. And this was a little bit more interesting. That brought the towers down. And they said because there was some of these were molten days later, and that was true. And the reason why you knew it, the reason why people said, well, this makes sense, is because of a video. And you sent me a video of a Russian fellow who said, this is what happened. You said, that's it. Why? Because there's a video. There is a video. And that's it. And whoever says it, that's good, because you wouldn't make a video if it wasn't true. But you like the idea. Oh, that's interesting. So now you've got directed energy weapons competing with nuclear bombs underneath. And by the way, there's a lot of stuff there which I could explain to you. And I'm not even going to bring you up the questions because you will answer them. Not you, but some of you. If I were to tell you, there's some things I noticed, you'll say, well, the reason why is because of this. We need classes. We need classes. We need classes on critical thinking. We need people to be able to look at this and say, react, and then hold back before you diagnose. React, and then hold back until you diagnose. React to it, say, wow, that's pretty terrible. And then react. That make sense to you? Don't react later. And diagnose later on. It is absolutely fascinating. I heard somebody today say, I'm not going to tell you where, whoever dies, Robbie Robertson, David Cross, doesn't matter. Anybody who dies, they say, did he get the vaccine? Was he jabbed? Did he get the booster? Was he double boosted? First question. That's it. You want to know the man's age? Nope. You want to know about any comorbidity? Nope. You want to know the cause of death? Nope. This is where we are today. This is where we are. And this is where, and Bobby Kennedy would never say that. Nobody would say that because people, and again, I'm trying to say this, because they do not have any sense of critical thinking. They do not appreciate anything in terms of reality, in terms of the way being able to go linearly from this to this to this to this. This is why we're in the mess we're in. And this is why there are so many people who are so ill in terms of their lifestyle and health, because they can't it's truly, utterly fascinating. Fascinating. I mean it. I mean it. And there are more people who think like this than you could ever imagine. But then again, with all due respect, and this, please do not take this the wrong way, there are so many people who believe in stuff like, believe in I don't want to bring up real, but some religious stuff where you think, where did you get this from? Well, I believe that. Oh, I believe that. You believe that? Yes. Why? I just do. Any particular reason why you believe that? Nope. Any particular evidence? No. Evidence? No, there's no evidence. Nope. You believe that? Yep. I believe it. The other day I told you this much. I think this is so fantastic. You know, with the death of William Friedkin, again, was it 87 or something? Yep. They take it. Was he jabbed? You know, like everything. Anyway. He, of course, is the director of The Exorcist. And the question remained, do you think that there is a devil? A satanic, do you think? Do you think? Do you believe? Would you have come up with this on your own? Many cultures don't believe it. Many people have never heard of it. It's a fairly new structure. But you say, oh, yes. Yes. Why? Satanic. Luciferian. Do you believe that AOC is a Marxist? Oh, yes. Do you know what a Marxism is? No. No. But she's a lefty and that's good. Is she a socialist? Oh, yes. What is a socialist? I don't know. What exactly is the basic of Satan? Well, there's Satan. But what is Satanism? Well, where do you know what Lucifer is? I sure do. Who was Lucifer? What is the name Lucifer? What does it connote? I don't know. Lux Lucis, giver of light. This was the God's prosecutor. Remember Satan? It's a guy with the horns, evil, bad dude, responsible for all that's good. And or all that's bad. And you know what? And I'm sticking with that. So there you have it. DARPA, HARP, directed energy weapons, Satan, and everybody who dies got the thing. And somewhere in that, there is something even remotely interested that might be the truth. Maybe, or might lead us to another fascination. But we will never get to it. We will never get to it. So, dear friends, by the way, great show to watch on Netflix, Painkiller. Did you see that about the Sackler family and OxyContin? Oh, man, is it good. Matthew Broderick is just, I mean, can this Sackler family be this evil? Perhaps, maybe so, maybe not. Dear friends, it is a Friday. We've had such a busy day. I want to thank you for being with us. Please remember, critical thinking. Be linear. Do not believe that which you want to be. Believe that which you have proof of. And remember, when you hear footsteps or hoof beats or don't think zebra right away. That's all I'm saying. Do not. Be critical before you invest yourself in thought and belief. Have a great and a glorious day, dear friends. Thank you so very much. We will see you tomorrow, same bad time, same bad channel. And I wish you nothing but the best. Have a good evening. And don't forget this. The monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya. Dead.